Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here on the Chaoscraft server. Today's episode, we are back down in our skeleton spawner, and what we are doing here today is pretty much, first of all, I want to quickly catch up with what I've done, and then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be installing this panel here, which is going to be controlling our farm for like anything from switching on the farm itself. So we've got a spawner with light equaling on to be the spawner on, and we've already done that, and I'll explain what happened there in just a few seconds. The next thing we're going to have is an automatic killer. So if we do want to kill this thing, we can do it automatically. And then the next one, we've got an arrow destroyer. And then we're also going to be putting a miscellaneous items 1 destroyer to destroy anything in this column, and another one for anything in this column. So it should be pretty easy. As far as what our redstone will be concerned. And if you guys, a lot of you guys I know might not be too redstone inclined. I'm not the most redstone inclined person, but I sure know what I'm doing here, I guess. So if we do have any problems, or if you guys do want to watch for a few little tricks that I could show you, because I'll show you guys a little bit of a, well, I showed you guys a bit earlier, a little simple thing, and I'll explain why that wasn't shown earlier. And that was because I was recording without my microphone plugged in. The plug was just a little bit out, and turns out nothing got recorded. So I've done about half this episode already, and I realized, you know what, we don't have any sound, which is, of course, it's alright. I mean, I'm to blame for that, but it's just annoying when that happens, you know what I mean? But it's okay, we've got plenty of stuff to do, so there's really not a problem that we've done all the work and we can't show you guys exactly what we're doing. I mean, you can see exactly what we did. And what I did was I actually combined these to make a punch unbreaking 3 bone. We've actually got enough levels to put infinity on it now as well, we should. So we can pop infinity on that there, and punch unbreaking, there we go, and infinity. So we got ourselves our bow. Now, sadly, it's not working too well because we do have the whole problem of falling down and not living with our elytra, which is a horrible thing. So I want to quickly explain to you guys what's going on here. I've destroyed our line that was going down to the bottom because we have a little line of redstone going down to the bottom, which powers all of these lights, which comes back up again and powers all the lights. If you guys want to see what I'm talking about, just come on the server. There it is up there. Well, it's actually mc.chaoscraft.net, which is what you'll log on to. You come on here and you can check out what we're doing here if you do want to check it out. So what I've done here is I've done what's called a monostable circuit. Now what this is we've got a block of redstone, a block of gravel over here with a piston over there. So as this button over here powers, you can see we've got a button there, it powers that and shoots that up very quickly. Now what that does is if we even put a bit of sand, that'll work the same as gravel. It pops that block up, that pulls that block very quickly, very, very quickly. Because this is a sticky piston, it shoots that block forward, which can power these. And I'll show you exactly what's going on now. Just watch that very quickly. That block goes forward and the piston retracts without pulling it back. So this is a very simple redstone trick. For those of you guys who might not be too redstone inclined, I'm sure you'll think it's a very interesting thing, and I hope it does teach you guys something. If you guys do want to see how simple it is, just to make this act like a lever from a button, pretty much. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do. And what that does is that sends us going down here and switches all these, and as soon as we power that again, that sticky piston has enough time to pull that back. And this is all kind of just a little bit of a glitch, I guess, where if this happens within a very quick amount of time, we can get that block to get stuck there, whatever block it is. And the other way of doing this is, because this is just a normal piston, now the other way of doing this is with the sticky piston, which is what we've got under here. We'll just do that. You can see sticky piston, and we'll keep those ones there just so we can keep it how I had it. And we'll push this button. You can see that the sticky piston pushes it up, and what would happen is if we do that there, bam, very quick pulse. You can see it again, very, very quick. And we'll do the same thing for this here, and we'll probably do the same thing for, well, we'll definitely do the same thing for this auto killer. Now, if for some reason everything comes a bit too cramped in here, because we do have a bit of stuff pulling out this way, that might get in the way, we can always just run this line around to the other side and have this monostable circuit on the other side, along with, I'm pretty sure this is a T flip-flop. I don't know my names very well for redstone stuff, but I'm pretty sure it is. We can always have that stuff over there. That's not a big problem. All it needs is a redstone pulse, because all we do is we just get a little bit of a quick pulse like that. That's all we need. So the other thing that we're doing, so I've done this. We've also got a bit of redstone running here to tell us that the light's on, or the light is off, and the spawner is off. So that should be pretty simple. Easy for someone to follow who comes down here, because we've got every other person on here. If they do want to use our farm, they can use our farm, and they will probably not understand what's going on, so that will help them out quite a bit. And down here, we're getting ready to start our arrow and our miscellaneous item destroyer thing, and that was where I realized, wait, my microphone is not completely plugged in, I couldn't see the little light, and Yeah, it was sad. It was a sad moment, but it's all right. So down here, you can see we've got ourselves our cactus, and anything that hits this cactus will, for instance, what can we throw against it? Maybe we can throw a piece of cactus. Cactus kills anything. All right, so items will just get destroyed. Should be pretty simple. All we need to do is we need to have a dropper, which we don't actually have on us right now, dispensing those items out or dropping those items out. And the reason we're using a dropper, not a dispenser, is because dispensers kind of go a bit everywhere. Droppers should probably just drop it straight in the water. I'm hoping that will be the case. And the other thing is we're putting it really low down, which is a pretty, I don't know, I've kind of thought of it this way. We could do it, for instance, just dropping down from there and sending out. That'll take make a bunch of noise. And we don't want noise. We just want this to all go down very easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to control whether or not we drop items from there upstairs, and that will be going into a hopper chain going down, which I think will be a lot more quiet. Well, it definitely will be a lot more quiet, and also it will also take a bit more resources, but that's okay. So we'll do, for instance, that there. Can we do this here and then have a stream running down there, or no? Actually, maybe we'll just do this one more back. We'll do this back here. Like that. Very simple. And you'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a bit of water in here. So any items come out, water pushes them in there. Should be pretty easy to work out what's going on here. But what we'll do now is we'll just pull this back there. And we'll go do this chain going up here. We'll actually push this in 1 or 2 more blocks that way. Good. And then we'll have to also make a bit of a clock going on here, which shouldn't be too hard. Should be pretty simple to do. And that should, as I say, be pretty easy. In fact, we'll probably do it this way, which will make doing the clock significantly easier. Did I just lose some drop? There we go. I was going to say, I did not lose those hoppers. I hope I didn't lose them. Perfect. So we'll just do that. We'll go back up there. We'll get some stuff done. And now, the only other things that I'm thinking we could be adding to this, aside from these, which is something I'm pretty sure I mentioned in the last episode, is I want to make a disco floor. Maybe not here. I mean, it depends on how it all turns out, but I just want to make a little bit of a disco floor. I've got an idea for it. I think it'll be kind of interesting. So that could be something we do in the future. And in fact, I'm just thinking, we probably would be better off just doing it from underneath there. So let's go get some more hoppers. We should have a bunch more iron in there. We should have more iron in this one here, do we? Yes, good. And we've got enough to make a few more chests as well. So we'll just clear out our inventory. We've got so much junk in it. And now we can do a few more of these. So I don't think we'll have enough for like a bunch of hoppers, but we should have enough to do something at least. Let's just do 64. That should be all right. 8 chests, 8 hoppers. That is fine for me. I don't know if we'll reach all the way down, but we should get some stuff done here. There we go. Okay. So in fact, we'll get started on the back here. So let's go down 2 blocks and we'll go to the arrows. Because if you guys don't understand what I mean, we've got a run of arrows here. You can see if we jump to the top, that one's getting pretty full. This row over here is also going to fill up with arrows as soon as that one's full. But what we want to do is we want to have the ability to collect arrows if we wanted, and we'll switch that button off there. Or we can also have the ability to just let them flush out and go nowhere, because that's also quite important before our system overflows and everything fills up that way. That's pretty much what we got to worry about. So we'll go under, is it this one here? Yep. And we'll put a hopper going down this way into a chain of hoppers going into that one there. And we're going to meet it up with these ones over here. So we've got our 2 miscellaneous chests. And I don't think we'll need one for our, our bones, because we're always going to be collecting bones. If we do need one, we can always put it on. But if that's the case, I really highly doubt that we'll need one. We've also got, 4 chests for bones? I don't think we're going to have a problem. So this one over here, that one over there, we should have them, I think they're lined up already, which is great. So we'll do that there, that there. Yep, and perfect. All right, so these will go into a chain over this way. I think the chain will go. So let's just put in, well, let's actually start the chain going down here. Where does it come up from? It should be in line with those there. We'll probably just clear out a big bunch of stuff here. Okay, good. And that's actually the right height. We've gone back 1 too many. That's okay. We'll fix that up. Good. So we'll do this here, like that. And hopefully we can get this. I hope we did. I don't think we did pick it up. We'll just have to go down and grab it again. There we go. And we will go like that. So those are all pointing into each other. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in this way. and we're gonna have to put one going in there, a few going that way, and that should actually be a very easy fix for getting this stuff channeled in one direction. So the next thing I'll do is I'll also have to put a little bit of a thing to stop these, well, switch these on and switch these off, and we'll get going on that now. So I think I'll just get a few hoppers, and I'll be back. So quite a bit has gone on in the little time that we've had in between these two cuts. Now, what I've done is, obviously, I have put in these things. Now, this thing, these two, originally this one here, you see this button here? Well, this one here, sorry. This lined up so perfectly with a miscellaneous 2, a 1 and 2, that I decided, you know what, we might as well just keep those in there like that, because they looked so good already, so we may as well just keep it like that. And I moved the other button up here. So we've got our auto kilo, which will be right next to it. We also could potentially put our auto kilo right there and keep the item buttons together, because this isn't actually hooked up to anything. We can actually just get rid of that right now. And I thought I had that on me. Good. So pretty much this thing all works now. So we've got these hoppers going into each other, going down here. And obviously it's backed up for the pure fact that down there we don't have a clock shooting those things off into the cactus. So that's why. Now, down here, have a look at what I've done. I've got a monostable, well, I've got the monostable circuit up the top. I've got these T flip-flops over here pushing the switches on. So every time, remember how we said we've got that little quick pulse that shoots us forward? That's what happens. That shoots it forward one, it gets stuck, switches off this redstone torch, and allows stuff to go through. So that's pretty much what's happening there. We'll go up one more. And we also still have to put in our item, like, powered things here, which shouldn't be too hard. It should be pretty quick and easy to do. And I'll show you once I've got that done. But back here, what I've had to do is I've had to alternate these two to keep them next to each other. So you can see wherever there's a piece of redstone or something where redstone would power, for instance, that block there, we have to make sure that we do keep this all repeated up to stop the redstone from getting around there. So if you guys do have any questions or anything, I recommend you just come try to figure it out here. If you guys aren't too, as I say, if you're not too, what is the word, swayed towards redstone, I'm sure if you do like try a few things like this, you'll start getting the hang of it. It's really not too bad. So we'll go into just filling in this little bit here. And, oh, well, that was a spare one anyway. And what we've got to do now is go search for a bit of water. And I'm pretty sure I had an infinite water source back here somewhere, unless I've destroyed it. And we'll need to get our bucket over here, because the water will be important. I'm sure you're probably wondering why we need water. It's important for us to get, I'm pretty sure it was actually up there. I'm pretty sure it might be gone now. But yeah, water's important for us to be able to get our items flowing into that area. Yeah, there was definitely one over there. It's definitely gone now. We didn't have to travel too far to get some water, and I think this should be pretty much ready for us to get this bottom piece going here. Now, this is actually quite a bit of stuff we've got done this episode, which I'm really glad about, because I wanted to get this out of the way. So if we put this in there, items will flow in there. So let's just, we'll actually save that there. What else is in here? Nothing important. So if we put one of these on here, and we push this, the items should fall out and get destroyed. Perfect. Well, we didn't actually see that get destroyed, but we'll make sure you guys see what I mean getting destroyed. So we'll do that again. Pops out. Pops out. They're gone. Trust me, they're gone. Believe. They're not there. Alright? There we go. So the next thing we want to do is create a little bit of a hopper, well, not a hopper clock, a clock that will be only on when we detect something in here. Now, I do hope that this is far down enough for us not to get too much noise up there. It'll definitely be significantly more quiet, but I hope there won't be anything, obviously, because I don't want this clicking, because these can create quite a bit of clicking noise, but I hope they don't. So let's do that there. We'll put in a comparator. Now, what this comparator is doing is obviously detecting whether or not we have items in here, and this will be going into a repeater. Actually, let's just quickly get this ground looking a bit better. Just as I said before, specifically with all this gravel, it's probably an accident waiting to happen. We'll have to just do stone bricks. And what we're doing is we want to basically detect when there's an item in there and get it to shoot out as much of that item as possible. So if that goes in there, we can actually put that up to full signal so it can get any item, and we will put that into a block with a bit of redstone dust going in here and cancelling that out. So you can see it's just continuously doing this, and it's going to continuously try and shoot this item out here. Now, this won't be powered right now. You can see nothing's happening, and that is because there's nothing powering it this way. Now, we could put a block here, and a redstone dust here, and you'll see what will happen. Absolutely nothing. And that's because this is just powering this block, and it's powering into that block there. So what we have to do is we have to actually get one of these blocks powered, so we can't really power this block here with a redstone repeater, because what will happen is it cancels this little clock going on here. And by the way, what I did there is I put that onto minus mode, and it just takes this signal and gets rid of that there. So if you guys don't understand this, I recommend you guys check up on a bit of redstone stuff. It's really, really useful to know. So what we'll have to do, instead of doing that, is we'll have to get a block in here that can be powered, but I don't want to really power it. What we can do a little bit of, this can sometimes create a bit of lag, but you know, we can do it anyway. I don't think it'll be too bad. So we'll go around this way and do this trick here. Now what's going to happen is this is going to pull, remember how we said that last one was pulling into that block? Now this over there will work because that's going straight into that block there. And I didn't want to have a repeater because I could have put a repeater in here as well. But the reason I didn't want a repeater is because I didn't want the delay on here because that could probably cause a bit of problems. In fact, I think we're better off probably doing that there and checking this out. I think this should be all right. Yeah, look at that. They're all just going, man. That's so good. So this shouldn't be a problem. I want to quickly get rid of this ground here like that. And the reason we had to come around a bit, by the way, is because if we just came this way, nothing would have happened. Now you'll see that nothing's coming out of there, but we'll come back here again and get a bit of redstone. Do we have our redstone dust on us still? Let's get rid of that stuff there. There, we can chuck those out. Don't need it. In fact, we do. Take them anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much our item clearance stuff done. And you can see it's already cleared everything. That's great. So let's go up to the top and we should see some items stuck here because I'm pretty sure I switched them on. Oh, they're off. They should all items be gone. Okay, great. So let's check. We shouldn't have anything in any of these chests here. So completely empty. This one here won't actually empty. Now the reason for that is because what's happening is any items that come in here are not automatically going down there with a hopper. So these items will stay full, but it acts as a bit of a clearance for us at least. So let's check out this one. Nothing there. The arrows didn't have anything in it, but we can probably, oh, this is the arrow one here. We can just test out by putting in a bit of stone. We should see that fall. Oh, this is probably a trap, yeah, it's a trap chest. We should see that drop down a bit more. 45, is this switched on? Oh, it's switched on. Okay, that's working fine, don't worry. That's not a problem. So let's go in here, push that button, and we should start seeing these go down now. Yeah, perfect. All right. So the very last thing we want to do here, because this is quite a bit of redstoning, I enjoy doing a bit of redstone every now and then. I actually had the itch for it on our single player world just earlier this week, and I was so super excited. But then I forgot that we had the current 1.11 redstone glitch, which was the worst one, which didn't do much at all. So for this one, we'll put that as destroy arrows. There we go. So any arrows coming in will be destroyed. In fact, we'll probably just do this one row down like this. We'll do it in the middle so it looks a little bit nicer. Destroy arrows. Arrows. There we go. That's that one there. This one will be one down. Destroy the miscellaneous one. Hopefully people know what that is. I'm sure I'll probably be like one of the few that only use it, so it shouldn't be too bad. We need another sign, but that's not a problem. We'll get those in now. The next thing we want to do is we want to get this stuff here powered, and I'm probably just going to do a few slabs for this. So we'll do this here. Oh, we don't have any stone on us. How do we not have any stone on us? There we go. Good. We'll just do this, create a bunch of slabs. There we go, that should be enough, whatever. And what we're doing here is we just want to power that one block up the top there, the block behind the redstone torch. We'll do this. And we want to make sure that this block here is powered, or that one there is powered, or whatever one. And I'm actually kind of interested to see what will happen. I'm pretty sure we'll probably have to do something sneaky here to get this all out. Okay guys, so we've actually got ourselves right over here where I was digging. I didn't realize it was this close that we had ourselves a mine shaft in there. So that's pretty cool to know that we've got this. We can also obviously fix up our spawn rates now a bit more, knowing that this is here. We can start to clear up a bit of this area here. Man, I hope there's no creepers around here. I really, really hope there's no creepers around here. My luck would be that there would be an army of creepers. So that's good. We got away lightly here. Man, there's a lot. I really should have brought some torches. We'll go down the rest of the way now. But yeah, I thought I'd let you guys know that this was here, and it probably was stopping many of the skeletons from spawning, and we can still actually explore this. It looks like it's completely unexplored. Put one there. Put one there. Let's just stop that area there, and we'll do this here. So I've kind of had to think about what we were going to be doing in that next bit. Okay, we'll leave that there for now. And what we will probably do is we'll probably do the same repeater trick that we did earlier, where we put redstone, dust, and repeaters alternating wherever they are, just so that they don't touch each other and work alongside, you know what I mean? You'll see what I mean. So we'll do this here, and we'll run this over here. This is probably going to break soon. Hey, 58. That should be enough to hold us up for quite some time. I'm not too sure why it looks completely dead. So this over here, what's going to happen is every time, actually, this could be a bit interesting because every time we need to create a little bit of a thing up here to make this pulse on. Because what we did on the other one is we have the monostable circuit, the T flip-flop charging this one up. So I actually do have to think about this a little bit more, but it shouldn't be too hard. Oh guys, you're gonna be so impressed here. Man, you should be so impressed with what I've done actually, but what it is I have managed to get all of these lights working, and this was quite a bit of a feat. I'm sure it's probably some stupidly simple way of me doing this, but I went around a very technically hard way, I guess, well, like a stupid way of doing it, but I thought it was necessary, so I guess maybe I might have done it the simplest way. I doubt it, but maybe there is something like this. But look at all the stuff we've got here. We've got a bunch of stuff going on here for these lights. These lights have actually been the toughest part of this, just to get these lights to go on, because what was happening is every time I was doing something, hey, are my frames oh, I actually forgot to kill some skeletons. Okay, well let's check how many we got here. 296, that shouldn't be dropping us that much. Yeah, I kind of forgot about these, but what I did with with that area there is I decided it would be a good idea. Why is so many dying? It would be a good idea to just get each of those to work regardless of whether or not we definitely want lights on, so I thought it was a good idea to do that. So I'll show you what's going on there, and I'll do a little bit of a test because I've just finished it. And I hope this does work. Oh man, 37 levels, we're ready. Okay, good. Awesome, we've got rid of that. Our frames back to normal. Okay, that was what was causing us all that grief. So we'll do number one. This is for arrows. Arrows switches on, and you can see that it stays on there. So it's perfect. And we've got that one which is off there, which means stuff can come on, which means it is on. So next one, destroy miscellaneous 1. And you can see, number 1 is off, which is great. So we've got that one as well. Do this one over here, and we haven't got our sign up, but that should be number 2. That's off, and that is on, which is great. So that means everything here is working. It's actually really, really good. So we can actually cover this up. Now I've got to make myself a new way out because the current way out is pretty much blocked by these. We can probably still use it for a bit, but we're gonna have to get a new way out sooner or later. So we'll do that, and we'll have to pillar up a little bit more and get our way out like this here. So there's the ladder around there. This is a bit of a technical, tricky way to get out of here, but we'll get out of here. Okay, good. So that'll work for now, but it's a lot of redstone, and I'm really glad that we got a little bit of a redstone project done on the server here. We haven't done anything like this in a while, actually. Nothing, well, a redstone project of this on the server at all, but I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good to get this done. I was in the redstone mood, and I enjoyed it. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this sort of stuff. We'll probably go do a bit more redstone stuff on our base. This is probably all we'll do for here now, for now at least, until we can think of something else we might want to add. But I think this will work quite well, and I think it's when I put the signs down here, it'll be very clear to what we do want, what if people do come here, what we do need to happen if these things do happen. So hopefully that works for them. And we also need to put our auto killer in. That's actually something I haven't done yet. I think maybe this thing has jammed up. Has it jammed up? Yes, it has. Okay. This could be a project that we could sort out. And what I think we'll do for this is I think it'll be a very easy solve, because what happens is when we have, for instance, arrows, but not bows and armor in here, you'll see we've got quite a bit of bow. We should, yep. Quite a few bows and armor. You can see that a lot of stuff here gets stuck. If we had arrows and stuff, it doesn't matter, but these ones are what give us the problem. So perhaps what we can do is we can do something that will bump this signal out, so we can maybe try and get rid of a bit of the signal, and then we'll carry on. Maybe if we actually put a comparator in here and we put like a little bit of a clock that every minute or so we'll just click this thing off and get it started again, which maybe we can do that in another episode. I think that should be probably another thing for another episode. We've got done more than enough redstone today. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to be off now, and I'll probably get going on a bit of stuff on our normal base up the top there. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.